Hey everyone, Sarah here. Let's continue our journey. So, what we're doing here is going on a journey, right? I am, and I'm hoping to invite you guys out there online to go on your own journey with me. Parallel journeys, so to explore different healing topics, right? And this channel, we use AI to put slides together, but I believe it's scooping up from information from us, right? And just like putting it all together really fast, and then we can read through it and see what helps us, what doesn't. We can question things, right? So that's my invitation to you, to witness my journey and to have your own journey. This is what I'm hoping for. So today we're talking about what does it mean to be fully loved? What does it mean to be fully loved? So immediately I have all these thoughts, right? Love languages. Have you heard of that? What is your love language? We can guess, right? Like what's coming. What does it mean to be fully loved? Like to me, like I freaking know when I feel it, right? And that's related to the love languages. Like how do you feel? But let's go ahead and stick with what this is. What does it mean to be fully loved? Does it even matter to know what does it mean? Like you can feel it, I think. Okay. To be fully loved is to be wholly accepted, deeply understood, unconditionally supported in all the dimensions of your being. So it begins to become very wordy and kind of word salad to me, but it brings in the idea of acceptance. Yeah, like do I want to be accepted? Yeah. You know, do I want to be able to say my real thing? Yeah, like we all want that, right? I mean, we have different love languages, different ways that we feel loved, but I think we all want to be seen, felt, heard. So here it says deeply understood. I mean, I want to be listened to, right? Okay, unconditionally supported. So, I mean, right away, like my relationships are in my head, right? Like my boyfriend definitely unconditionally supports me. He's wonderful in that way. As I speak about love languages, I had asked my son, who's grown, like, what is your love language? And we kind of talked about what those are, within relationship, maybe physical touch, quality time, gifts, even. Okay. It's one of humanity's deepest longings and most transformative experiences. Yeah, I'm not relating deeply to this language in these slides. Like sometimes I feel like AI puts stuff together in ways that's just like word salady. Okay. The nature of complete love, acceptance, understanding, presence. So presence has been coming up um, in my life, I guess. So well, I had a client who appreciated because I do coaching, uh, my presence. Like I was doing good for him with giving presence. That felt really good to me. Do I like when somebody's present with me? Of course, yes. Okay, unconditional acceptance, being loved for who you truly are, being able to say the real thing, whatever is going on in here and here, right? Being loved for who you truly are, flaws, quirks, and all. Yeah, it's especially healing if you can share, your flaws, your so-called flaws, your stuff, right? And still be loved and yeah, without pressure to change or conform. Your authentic self is not merely tolerated, but celebrated. Cool, 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 cool. I'm getting better in my life at this age at being able to do this for others and like if I get triggered or whatever, like do it being able to then meet my own needs and come back and I don't know, just do better within relationship. I don't know if that makes sense. Profound understanding. Someone truly sees you, your history, your pain, your dreams. So for me, this would be my boyfriend and business partner. So he definitely knows me the best and sees me and knows my history, my pain, my dreams. Yeah, like, do you have a person like that in your life? Can you seek one out? Okay. makes the effort to understand your perspective. That's really important to me because even if I'm off, even if I'm wrong, wrong, right? Uh, I respond much better if I'm first listened to, first heard, first, if I feel somebody understands my perspective, then I can much more easily accept like criticism or correction or like make a change or adjust if there's something, which there frequently is, that I need to adjust. Okay, unwavering presence. The constancy of having someone fully there for you. This is him for me. In crisis and celebration, creating a foundation of security and trust. So, I mean, to me, like it's like relationships. That's what pops up in my brain. How are your relationships going? Teal Swan, I believe, says like that's what it's all about. It's about relationships, period. Like everything comes down to relationships, whether it's at work or home or personal or public or, how are your relationships? And I would say maybe that starts with yourself. How's your relationship with yourself? Like I still struggle at times with like self-hate or self-doubt or all these things, but like in general, like my relationship with me is so much better than it used to be. Like if I have a trigger, I can like go in and meet that need within myself with practices and things. And yeah, and so then my relationships out here are better. They're not perfect at all. They're messy, but they're so much better. And like I have some, right? Like if you're somebody like me who has been very isolated or maybe like that avoidant type because of childhood, like trauma, right? Like you're like, oh, I don't know. Like let me just, I'm safer alone. Um, but then you don't have many relationships in your life. So that can get better, right? You just have to learn to like work with yourself, try different practices, see what helps you get to know you, and then you'll naturally, I think, see out here, like I have, that you attract the right people, right? Cultural and historical perspectives on love. Ancient wisdom. Greeks distinguished between eros, passionate, philia, friendship, storge. Oh, what a great word, storge. Storge. Familial, and agape, unconditional. Love, different types of love. So the Greeks just came up with four types of love: eros, philia, storge, and agape. Passionate, friendship, familial, unconditional. Friends, family, unconditional love, passionate love. Eastern traditions emphasize selfless love without attachment. Attachment super interests me. Let's get some slides on attachment. Let's dive into attachment. You guys, attachment is so interesting as you start to learn about this. If you don't know your attachment style, it's really, really interesting. Indigenous cultures often view love as communal rather than individualistic. That's really interesting to me. Like in one way, since I do have a big chunk of me that's like avoidant, like I'm safer alone. That's kind of like what I learned in childhood, right? Um, it freaks me out. Like communal tribe, like like living in community, right? And on the other hand, I'm literally like dipping my toe in the idea of community living because it's also appealing. I feel that in my childhood, I just had my mom. She kind of was like the overprotective type, right? Understandably from her own childhood traumas. But what that did was kind of like, well, but that wasn't what I needed. And there was like nobody else. Like I wasn't connecting anywhere. So if there was a tribe, if I had grown up in community, in church, in some spiritual community, anything, right? Like I would have had more chances to have a connection, right? With somebody or a few people. Okay. Modern evolution. Today's understanding increasingly embraces emotional intelligence. So my boyfriend was talking to me about his theory about me, like becoming stunted, I think. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but like being emotionally immature, and I'm not saying at this point in time, right? But like from what I experienced in childhood, um, coming out of that with like emotional immaturity that I then had to deal with in adulthood. So that's interesting. Today's understanding embraces emotional intelligence, mutual growth, and respect for autonomy as essential components of full love. Yeah, like I'm learning this, like how to be there for someone, how to be a friend, how to have a relationship, how to meet someone else's needs. And then, every time I'm triggered, right? Like doing my work, connecting with myself, like with love, right? Like, what is that, that I need to explore and give love to? What child part, whatever. The four dimensions of love: physical, emotional, intellectual, spiritual. I'm totally into the spiritual stuff more and more. In 2 days, I'm going to an all-day kirtan in Chicago. I'm like wildly excited. Reach out to me if you want to go, if you're anywhere near Chicago. Physical. Beyond romance includes comforting touch. Yeah, this is like the five love languages, like physical touch. I was telling my son, like it's not just within a romantic relationship, it's in general. Like, are you somebody who's a hugger? Like a hug really does it for you, like physical touch, right? I had come to a point this year where I was really starved for physical touch, and I happened to be around people and in a community now, spiritual community, where people engage even in like platonic cuddling or, and so like I was able to ask for physical touch and get a little bit of that, right? Because I have a long distance relationship. Um, so physical isn't just romance, it includes comforting touch, proximity, physical care. It could be like a massage. Like if I'm really struggling, I will be like, oh, I'm gonna spend the money and I will get a massage. And it's very, very comforting, right? It's like a somatic thing. Makes us feel safe and valued in our bodies. I would say maybe like contained. Because sometimes when I feel like I need that physical touch, I just feel like I'm like floating. I'm like, I need to have pressure, right? So please share, please engage. I want to know what other people are thinking. Um, Spiritual connection through shared values. Yeah, and so that discussion of values that had triggered me for some reason. Um, this doesn't now, it doesn't trigger me now. It's like connection through shared values. I think about the people that are all in my life right now as I am like so social compared to how I used to be and sort of in a community now. Yeah, there's shared values of authenticity and honesty and valuing the spiritual practices and connections and ugh, so that's really cool. Like find the right people, find the right community where what you value, they value, because you guys can support each other and just having more and more of that, and then life gets better and better. And if your life doesn't feel good, like it can, little baby steps towards what feels good to you. Feeling good is not bad. Okay. Connection through shared values, purpose, recognition of something greater than ourselves. So, where are you at with that? Higher power, God, higher self. Like, what is your spiritual understanding? I had gone to an event recently where we went around and each person shared about their spiritual experience or like history. Like, how were you raised? Religious, not, and then what has been your progression of that? What have you explored? Where are you, not, into that at all and you're like just a science person or whatever, right? Um, or, is it God? Is it higher power? Is it like I happen to be at this point open to a lot of things. Like I just know I'm a feeling person. I know when I feel it. I know when I feel that connection and I've learned or naturally through breath work, I've opened a channel, a portal, right? It just happened. So practices can get you there. I'm all about the experience, less about the words. Okay, emotional. Being emotionally attuned to one another, sharing feelings, offering empathy, providing a secure attachment. I really like to do this for people. I can be unsafe for people. Like, I hate to say that about myself, but I can be. I can also be extremely safe. I can provide a really, really good container, maybe because of my own life experiences and pain. I understand how to do that. Um, Intellectual, mental stimulation, respecting each other's ideas, growing together through shared curiosity and learning. Okay, so different things are important to different people. Some people in relationship want to talk, 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 talk. Some people want the physical touch. Some people want, it's like a blend of these things. Yeah. What do you want in relationship? Barriers to receiving love, that's interesting for me. I will block it if I slip into like a self-hating part, which is the protective part from childhood. Like you're not going to hurt me, right? But then love can't get in either. So I have to work with that and get love to me. I like to work with people like that too, to get love to them, help them get love from them to them and from others. Sometimes we need others for sure. So, barriers to receiving love, vulnerability. Vulnerability is awesome. It can also be really scary, right? Self-worth. Yep. Totally, totally. And this, by the way, can go up and down. For me, it goes up and down, right? Sometimes I have high self-worth, and plenty of times I will slip into like lower. Past wounds. Yeah. I mean, going into your childhood. I mean, be present in the moment, right? And like live current. But also, like that stuff is current. You're carrying it with you if you haven't like reprogrammed or let go of certain stuff. Like it's freaking in there in this moment. So I love working with that myself personally and others. Fear of vulnerability. Yeah, I had a lot of that in my life. And now I mean, I'm kind of an emotional exhibitionist. My boyfriend and I joke about the movie Welcome to Me. Sometimes I relate to that. But also, yeah, for a long time, yeah, it would have a pattern of shutting down, right? Like, you're not gonna hurt me again, right? Or like fear of being vulnerable. I learned how to be vulnerable in front of people in the Isha Judd system. I would definitely recommend that if you're looking for some help with that, or just, it's hard to even explain that. You just gotta try that. Okay. Ask me if you want to know more about it. Difficulty opening ourselves to love when it requires exposing our most authentic, unguarded selves. It's such a beautiful experience when like you're scared to share something, but then you do, and the person responds well, and they really hear you and like cares for your vulnerability, and you're like, wow, that went well. Have you had an experience like that? Um, okay, low self-worth can keep you from receiving love. Absolutely. Actually, that one hits me. Okay, because I see that when I'm in low self-worth, I have to do my work to raise that, to give love to me, to feel confident again, because then otherwise I will just get triggered, 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 and reject love. So, low self-worth, belief that we are fundamentally unlovable. So my boyfriend will say this to me, I love you, and because you're lovable and you are lovable. You are. You are lovable. Okay. You are deserving. I don't know what it means by complete love, but you are absolutely deserving of love. You are absolutely, I'm talking to all of you, okay? You are absolutely deserving of love. So, like, put your attention in your heart and feel that, right? If an emotion comes up, let it out. Past wounds, previous betrayals or abandonments, creating protective mechanisms that block new love. Yeah, I mean, this is childhood stuff. I love working with this stuff. Parts work, all of this. It's like there's a lot there. And I almost have a frustration feeling right now because I'm like, yeah, duh, and there could be, we should do a whole slide set on parts work. protector parts, coping methods you developed as a child that are maybe no longer so helpful, right, in your adult life. Okay. Here's a quote. The greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. I'm gonna have to agree with that one. Like almost who cares about anything else, right? This is Eden Abez. I don't know who that is. These barriers aren't permanent walls, but opportunities for healing and growth through brave vulnerability. So all this stuff, triggers and barriers, if you notice low self-worth, all of this. Yes, it's opportunity to go in and work with some practices, whatever appeals to you or whatever you're willing to try to change that, to feel better, to give love to you. So I have learned many ways to do this. So I would love to help you or even just give you free pointers. Just, put in the comments, if you want help with something, okay? Manifestations of full love in relationships from family to romance. That's how it goes, right? That we learn in our families growing up what love is, and love equals, and that might not be the best definition, right? Okay. So again, let's do slides on attachment. Let's go into our childhoods, okay? Parental love, offering unconditional positive regard while supporting independence. So for me, my mom meant well, but I learned I should not trust me. I did not learn like independence, right? I learned like she's right always, and I'm pretty much always wrong. And I mean, I made it mean this, right? Like she meant well, but like this is how I experienced her, and her stuff, came from her childhood and pain, right? The secure base that allows kids to explore the world with confidence. Oh, yes. Romantic partnership, a conscious choice to nurture intimate connection while respecting individuality, balance of passion with deep friendship. That's interesting. Yeah, so there's that passion piece, right? The Greek four types of love, one of them is eros, the passion, with friendship. Forget the Greek word for that one, but balancing those things, they can be so different. You might have like a really strong passion connection with somebody, and then like the friendship feels like almost like a different person, but like exploring that, getting to know that person without that passion. I mean, it's interesting, right? Okay, friendship. Chosen family who provide acceptance without obligation, creating space for authenticity and growth through shared experiences. This is what I'm living in my life with now connecting with lots of people that are like the right people for me, which by the way seems to be modern day hippie types. Seems to be like where I fit. Where do you fit? What people like feel the best to you, or do you feel like you can be naturally authentic with? What does it say on the right here? Family, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Transformative power of being fully loved. So when you're fully loved, now you can connect and give love to you. Sometimes we need to or want to feel that from the outside, from others. For me, in that Isha Judd system, showing that emotion, like I would be crying or punching a pillow, and I would have presence with that. And like they would say stuff like, there's nothing wrong with you. And I want to say that to the world, like you. There's nothing wrong with you. Like you are perfect the way you are, okay? Um, yeah, is that transformative to be fully loved, whether it's coming from you, whether you're getting an opposite experience? Because a lot of times in childhood, what we missed or what wasn't good, we need to experience the opposite of that in childhood, or I'm sorry, in adulthood to heal. Okay. When we experience complete love, I'm not resonating with this term complete love. We develop secure attachment. Let's go into attachment. David, please create attachment slides. We develop secure attachment that fosters resilience. By the way, check out his music. Go on Spotify, David Prorock. Our self-perception shifts toward greater self-compassion. Yeah, be nice to you, be nice to you, be nice to you. Please be nice to you. I say this to my daughter sometimes. We gain courage to pursue authentic goals. Yes, I get really excited about this stuff. My path happens to be through breath work, other practices too, like I mentioned, Isha Judd, but the breath work really does it for me, right? It really gets me there. It really gets me into like a clarity and like braveness and authenticity and ability to go out there. So I like this. I like helping others get there. I'm really curious about what everybody's like highest purpose is and their authenticity. And yeah, when we experience love, our capacity to love others expands. Heck yeah. Like when I feel connected, when I feel love, it just goes everywhere. Yeah, it just does. I love everything and everyone. We experience physiological benefits, reduced stress, improved immune function. Being fully loved doesn't just change how we feel, changes who we are, unlocking our fullest human potential. Everything is love. Okay, moving forward, cultivating the capacity to give and receive love. I'm just going to ignore the word complete. Cultivating capacity to give and receive love. Self-knowledge, understanding your own attachment patterns. This should be our next set of slides. Put in the comments if you'd like to learn more about attachment. Love languages. Okay. Barriers to receiving love. Courageous vulnerability, practicing openness even when it feels risky. Do this with the right people, though. Sharing your authentic self with trusted others. Intentional connection, creating spaces for deep listening, presence, meaningful connection in your relationships. You could also share what are your triggers. For me, one is getting interrupted. Like I instantly make that mean they don't want to hear what I have to say. I don't have value, like all of us, right? What are your triggers? To be fully loved is not a destination, but a journey. And we're all on a journey together, right? Wednesdays and Saturdays when these videos come out. Do you want to go on a journey together? Do you want to use these videos to maybe like connect with each other and to like connect with others and keep focusing on these ideas? And but really it's up to you. Like how do you experience them? How's your experience in life with them, right? Like it's nothing being put on you. I really want to make that clear. Like what is your experience? That's what matters. Being to be fully loved is not a destination, but a journey. I don't know. It's not resonating. One that begins with radical acceptance of ourselves. I mean, just keep coming back. Just find ways. And if you need help, we can help, to accept you. I mean, I like this thing like from AA, acceptance is the answer to everything. It's like comforting to me. Like whatever I'm not happy with, it's like, well, accept it. Acceptance is the answer to everything. It's a great starting place. Gratitude, acceptance. Yeah. Okay. It begins with acceptance of ourselves, extends outward to embrace others in their complete humanity. That's the last slide. So yeah, videos come out Wednesdays and Saturdays. And again, just would love to hear from you in any capacity. Please engage. I would love to feel like I'm not speaking to no one or that like it has some value. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. And like whatever's meant to be, right? Okay. Take care. Love you all.